Hey kids, who's ready to adult?
Nobody? No.
Hi kids, today we're gonna talk about things that we did as parents that our kids were not crazy about at the time, but now that they're grown, they actually really liked it and thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You want me to do the sentimental thing and then you can do the awesome one?
I don't know if it's awesome, but yeah, go ahead.
From what I hear. So I'm very close to my boys. Very. Okay. I tell them everything. Well, you know what I mean. I tell them enough. But they tell me everything. Like to the point where I'm like, I'm your mom.
Yeah, her boys know that she's their ride or die, basically. Like, if there's any doubt that she's got your back, her boys don't have it at all. They know their mama's there for them.
Yes, sometimes too much. Yeah, so I know things I shouldn't know as a mother. So we're really close. And when they were younger, I would come up with things to wake them up in the morning. And I came up with a song because they each had like a nickname or whatever that I would call them. And so I would go in, and my youngest, I would wake him up. And I'm not talking about, this was like in like, this lasted from like elementary school until I do it now, and he's a junior sometimes. So just know that it's a continuous thing with me. But anyways, I would go in his room, open his door, sit next to him in his bed, rub his hair for a minute, and be like, "Good morning, Mr. Boo. So very good to see you. Good morning, Mr. Boo." And I would get, "Oh my God, Mom." But now that he's getting older, I think he likes it because he knows that it's almost done. Like, he's about to, senior year is coming up, and he's about to go to college, and Mom's not going to be there to, "Morning, Mr. Boo." So
But now he can watch this video if he misses you.
Yes,
in college.
he can.
I did something similar with my kids. Our wake-up song was, I won't say their name, beautiful name here, time to wake up, sweet name here, wake up, and yes, it was very much the same. Oh, get out of my room. We had songs for everything. Like I had, if you see it on the floor, pick it up.
Yes.
Did you sing random things too?
Mine was, who lives in a yellow house on Cheshire Street? Captain Underpants. His favorite books were Captain Underpants. And when he'd come in from school, my youngest, he would strip down to just his...
My kids did that too.
Yes.
Like they'd come in the door and there'd be this trail of clothes to the TV, and they'd be in their britches just watching TV.
He'd be in his little underpants. So, and he loves SpongeBob. And so it just flowed. You know, the pineapple was yellow. My house was yellow. They liked it. That's okay.
Well, I'm going to take us down a completely different path. So my oldest asked me to share this story with you and the internet. And to be honest, I had forgotten that I did this until she reminded me. And then it all came back to me. So when she first started dating, you know, when daughters start to date, you know, in the stereotypical heterosexual household, the father meets him at the door with a shotgun or is cleaning his gun while the fella's picking up the daughter, just a little scary. Send a message. I'm not that subtle, and so
you just went there.
I went right there. Okay. So I used to keep a little bowl of plastic bananas in my kitchen. You're about to realize that perhaps one of the gifts I gave you now has a different meaning. And when she would bring fellas home, I would just say, "Hey, if you're gonna date my daughter, I just want to make sure that you know how to properly put on a condom." And so I would have the gentleman in question hold the plastic banana, and I would take an unlubricated condom and put it on and show him the,
he held it.
While he held it.
Okay.
And then here comes the extra fun part, because at that point, as if things weren't awkward enough, then I quizzed him and I said, now I'm going to hold the banana and let me make sure that you learned what I taught you. And so I gave him a condom of his own and made him show me that he knew how to properly put it on. And my daughter at the time, I would say she was like 50% horrified, but also she's got enough mischief in her that she's just kind of 50% curious to see how it all went down, right? And then when she was pursuing other avenues of her sexuality, she brought home ladies thinking that she would be spared that level of embarrassment, but
oh
no, because you can practice safer sex lady on lady. And so I was explaining that while they can buy dental dams, which are those stretchy things, and they're exactly like what they sound like, they have them in the dentist's office, and you probably had them in if you ever had a root canal or anything like that, to keep the spit back, which is what it does in this context as well. But if you don't have that kind of budget, you can use any saran wrap. You just need to make sure it's not the microwavable kind, because the microwavable kind is porous, and so fluids do still get through. So just right, and so we would do that too. And then my son has had a couple of girlfriends, and I asked him, why haven't you ever brought him home? And he's like, you don't really want me to answer that, do you? Now I did do that with him before I let him start dating too. I
could see.
I did the banana exercise.
I could see that with your son, but I could only imagine that poor boy was he holding the banana while you were doing it?
Yes. No, but he wasn't shaking, but
no,
I will say I did have slightly an ulterior motive too, because I thought, if they ever did get hot and heavy and it was time to do the deed.
Oh my God, you're gonna go in his head.
He's gonna think of his girlfriend's
mom.
watching
you put a condom on a banana.
And hopefully it's a boner killer. So really it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned.
You blocked.
I did. That was my strategy. And then, if things didn't work out between them, I gave him a valuable life skill that he could apply in later situations, Same with the ladies. No, I saved the bananas, and then one year I gave them all to people in their Christmas baskets, just to see who would ask me why I gave them a banana, and nobody did. But if you got a banana and you're watching this video, that's why I had them.
Yep, I still have it. So I think maybe it's a learning and teaching lesson moment at my house. They still have a young one at home, so you never know.
Yeah, that happened.
That's awesome. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only other thing that I ever did, because I had a really open relationship with my kids as well, and they always knew that they could come to me with anything. I think the only other thing that they really didn't care much for at the time was me cracking down on their social media, and the only reason that I did it is because my job, I've been paid to go get people's social media data and then manipulate them into buying things, or feeling depressed so that they buy things, or feeling anxious so that they buy things. So I understand how Facebook works and Instagram works and YouTube and and TikTok, and I still don't let them get on TikTok, and I could do a whole rant on TikTok, but you should not trust TikTok.
She taught me a lot.
Period. It's very disturbing when unlike other social media, I truly believe that they are a bad actor, and I know that it's popular now, but we can do a separate episode on that. But yeah, and I would say now, they recognize it, they see some of their friends starting to get, manipulated, and they're able to go, hey man, it's just the engine, it's just the machine, you just got to tune out the machine, and, so. But yeah, I had forgotten I did the condom thing until I was asking for stories to tell on our channel, and yeah, my oldest was like, oh mother, I have a story for you.
Do you remember that time?
And I was like, oh yeah,
that's perfect. Yeah, mine, and see, this is what's crazy. Her and I are so different, but we're so much alike, because she's sitting there like, she was watching what her kids got on. Me, I liked Facebook, okay, and I really liked Farmville, right? My kids didn't have Facebook or anything, but I needed some corn, okay? I needed to ramp up my farm. I needed that next level kind of thing. So I kind of let my kids make Facebook pages only because
You needed corn?
it was for Farmville only. They weren't allowed to do anything else but play Farmville. And I did check, they didn't, but here I am, like, you're like, oh, cracking down, and I'm like, no, here, now send mom corn. I've learned so much from you.
I'm not sure that's a life skill that I've imparted.
You've made me realize, whoa. You, what?
I do have that effect on people. Yeah. No. What about video? So for video games, my rule was they could play whatever they want, but they had to play it with their mom, and they couldn't have headphones on because I wanted to hear what they were hearing, and I wanted to hear what they were saying, and they couldn't close their doors, and the doors had to be open. And so if they wanted to play Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty, they had to play it with their mother. When Among Us was really popular, I played it a couple times, but I was just really bad at it because I'd go through the portal and then I'd kill somebody and I'd be like, and then they would all know that I was the murderer. Yeah.
So you just got too kill happy.
I did. I don't have much of a poker face. I'm like, he. Oh shoot! I'm not on mute.
Yeah, I've tried to play video games with them, but like I would have loved to have done like Minecraft. That's not one of those ones. Minecraft's awesome because I like to watch them build and
Legos.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I couldn't play it because the pixels.
Yes, it makes me
It
nauseous.
makes me really dizzy. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I couldn't handle it. So I would wait until they were done building whatever, and then I would come and look at it. But Grand Theft Auto, that one was another learning.
Yeah, that was something.
For me. When you walk into your son's room and he's letting you know that, and mind you, he's like 6th grade. And he's telling you, Mom, look at this. And you look at the screen and you see this car bouncing. And I'm like, what? Is that like a Fast and Furious thing? Like, it's got the hype,
It's not the hydraulics.
Yeah, like, it's boom, No, it was because the guy got a hooker.
The cars are rocking. Yeah.
And, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's why I was like, you can play whatever you want, but you have to play with your mom.
I
Just to nip situations like that right in the bud.
I don't know what to say because my mouth was too far down.
Well, I would have said,
brown.
is your character wearing a condom? What do I would have said?
I mean, is she pretty at least? Like, I don't know. But yeah, those are the things that I had to kind of learn as I went. Because I didn't think anything would be that bad. Because I'm used to Nintendo.
I know. Well,
Nintendo was like Mario and...
Mortal Kombat.
I did play that
was
one.
kind of sketchy. Yeah, I know. I love Mortal. I used to love it in college because I used to kick the boys at the parties' butts, and they used to get so mad that they would, a girl would fatality them, and it was very It was satisfying.
What was the chick?
Katana.
That was my girl.
I was Sonya Blade.
Oh, I could totally see that. Yep. Yeah. I played that with my boys, and just to prove to them that I knew how to play, because that's an old game, so they were kind of like in shock. I'm like, all you gotta do is just baby. Right. But yeah, I was used to that, so, Zelda. That was awesome. And Duck Hunt.
Mario Kart.
Not. Let's get a hooker.
Right. And I do still play some of the video games that they introduced me to, so I do still play Stardew Valley, and I still play Wizard 101, even though they're kid games, but they've outgrown them, and I still like them, so.
My youngest likes it. Because I've heard the both of you talk about it, and I have no idea what they're talking about, but they're like...
Yeah, I mean, us Wizard 101 people, we know each other. We got that. We got that going on. All right, kids, so hopefully this was vaguely entertaining, and maybe you're glad that you didn't date either one of my children during that particular period of time. So Until we meet again,
Yes.
remember to like and
and subscribe and stuff.
Yep. And then until we see each other again, y'all keep your head up.
Yes, you got it.
We got you.
Mwah.